Hey everybody, so today I'm reviewing all the helicopters and the Easter egg vehicle in War Tycoon. Starting off with the Lokata, this goes 200 miles an hour and requires no parts. It's about 200,000. It's the first helicopter that you are able to unlock with no operation. The Lakota also has one other feature, and that feature is kind of a very important feature. This is the only helicopter that has the ability to be able to pick up oil barrels. So the first step of actually picking up the oil barrel is landing. Well, because if you can't land, well, how are you meant to pick up the oil barrels? You can also use boats to get to the oil rigs, and you can also use your helicopter. Right now there's not, but sometimes there are oil rigs in the city that let you be able to pick up the oil from there. But remember that you always have to make sure that you can see this big towering pillar in the sky that shows that it's here. So first of all, you gotta come in the entrance here. You gotta bring your oil barrel. And then it only gives you this arrow. It was more important before they had this little home button that you can see. I think it was a very good update. So you gotta open the back door here. Press attach oil barrel. Close the door. Oh. Okay. And you come from here and pilot and bring it back to your base. Next up, we have the Little Bird. This goes 210 miles per hour and is very good for combat. It has bullets and missiles with flares to defend itself. It's also very easy to use, just spin around pretty much like this when destroying a base. Although since it only has 14 missiles, it is not the best helicopter, but it's very small and agile, so you're able to maneuver very well through the city and escape. Next up is the Huey. The Huey goes 210 miles per hour with an RPM of 320. It is not the best thing to use if you're destroying a base. Not great for long range either because it feels like they're not hitting. It does take a while to hit. With only 14 missiles, no flares, no bullets, it is mainly used for transport. It has 2 guns on the side for other people to use, which you cannot use as a pilot, otherwise your helicopter will fall out the sky. And the reloading time is kind of slow, but not too slow. Here we have the Black Hawk. It is pretty much only used for delivering people at night. It has 1 defense with its flares in case of lock-on missiles. It is not the most maneuverable considering how long it is. It has 2 opening doors on the sides and 2 gigantic machine guns. Not very good if you are flying over a base and a serum turret is shooting at you because there's no way to really maneuver around and try and escape it very fast. But it still does go 170 miles an hour. Here we have the Apache. It has 34 rockets and 7 lock-on missiles, whether it's tanks or air. Also has flares just in case you're in an aerial dogfight and trying to get out. It does not have retractable landing gear, but it is very effective for destroying bases. Personally, definitely my favorite helicopter, just because it's very easy to use, especially with all these missiles. So if you're attacking a base, it goes down very fast. And if there's multiple helicopters or planes now that we have the update there, you can use them, and it's very easy to use. And then since you have your flares, it's amazing. So I think that this is definitely my very most favorite helicopter. Here's the KA-52 Alligator. It is probably the most interesting helicopter that you'll see. It has 2 blades always spinning. It has 24 rockets and bullets. It has flares just in case you're fighting. It's definitely not my most favorite. It doesn't do a lot of damage when it comes to destroying bases. It's not the best when it comes to aerial dogfighting. But it does have some nice flares just in case you're going around and trying to escape somebody. But personally, not one of my favorite helicopters. The Eurocopter Tiger is completed by using Operation Tiger. It is quite a bit of money, so if you don't have that money, well, you probably don't want to buy it. As you can see here, it has bullets, lock-on missiles, and flares. Flares are very good for deflecting all of the lock-on missiles from other helicopters, such as an Apache or another Eurocopter Tiger. You can also use your lock-on missiles just as normal missiles, just in case you run out of bullets while you're waiting for it to reload. It is also very effective if you do need to do it, and it cannot pick up any oil barrels. This is the door. It's completed by getting 10 rebirths. It's the Easter egg vehicle, so if you were to look at the helicopter menu, you'll notice that it's not there. The only way you can get it is by getting 10 rebirths, and then you have the opportunity to get it. It's quite a few special features, such as being able to turn super fast. It also has folding doors that go up, kind of like a Lamborghini. It goes 200 miles per hour, which is kind of like a high speed compared to some of the other helicopters. The Lokitug, though, goes a little bit faster than it, goes 210 miles an hour. It's just kind of something to go above, like, people with, like, 1 rebirth, 2 rebirth, 0 rebirth, just to see what they think and kind of mess around with them. There's also one other feature about the DeLorean. Anytime, you can kind of just come down like this, click on this little brake button. It's a little bit weird. And if you're on mobile, you just click the arrow, and then it's like almost just becomes its own little car. It's kind of interesting driving around the city in a kind of weird car. It's super short to the ground. Don't try going off-roading with it. If you're on mobile, don't try and turn. You cannot turn and do it at the same time like you can if you were in other cars. So if you are on mobile, don't try and turn. All right, now for the speed test. So it looks like it can go up to 71, 72, 73 miles an hour. Doesn't go too fast down the runway, but it seems to be going pretty fast. Doesn't seem to be going too well off-roading, though. Now we have the Mi-24. I don't own it because it's 999 Robux. So if you are looking to buy it, it does have a pretty big price tag on it. It is definitely, though, the best helicopter that you can get, but just to keep in mind that it is very expensive. And that's the end of today's video, but before you go, consider subscribing.